Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Coaches Close Clients. Today we have David Paré. Did I say that right?
You said that right. Good
Yeah,
job.
and he is the founder of the Embodied Influencer. So thank you for being here. Tell us more about what that means and what you do.
Sure. Well, thank you, Nika, for having me on here. I am super excited to get to share with your followers a little bit of value and some things that we've learned along our journey. The Embodied Influencer, our mission, who we are, is really to help entrepreneurs and coaches take their expertise, their knowledge, and their gifts and package it into online programs so they can level up their impact and income. We've noticed a lot of people have something that is really on their heart that they want to share, or a skill set or something like that they want to bring to the world, but they have no idea how to package it, market it, and sell it to the people who actually need it. And see, I have a core belief that our world needs more people to guide them who have the direct experience to get from where they are to where they want to be. And so that's a little gist of what we do.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And, I know today we're actually talking about adopting like the mindset of a CEO in your business. I'm excited to chat about that. But maybe before we get into that, just so people have a better understanding, like, can you tell us a bit about your story and like how you came to where you are?
For sure. So I think from a really young age, I always had this sort of desire to inspire and lead others. I remember when I was like 14, I read the book The Secret, and it taught me that I could have anything I want in my life, that my thoughts created my reality. And that led me to a complete transformation. I used to be into a lot of drugs and all that kind of stuff, but I transformed, and it led me to wanting to help other people who had like hard challenges in their life that maybe I can inspire and help them. So that embarked me on a journey of wanting to be a motivational speaker. And one of the core challenges and problems that kept coming up for me as a kid, and that kept going for the next like maybe 4 or 5 years of my life, is that I never knew how I can get this message that I wanted to share out to the world, right? I heard about all these things like maybe I should make a YouTube video, or maybe I should go on stage, or maybe I should do this thing, but I never really knew what it took to take a message that I had and spread it to the world. So what that led to is me starting a company called Young Pros, which was a personal development event company for young people. And we used to come together every month, and we bring in speakers, and we start to train these young people on business skills and life skills and leadership skills. And that started giving me, it became my platform really to have a voice. So in that platform, I was able to lead and inspire and teach others, and people started to look up to me. And what I ended up noticing though and finding is, as we connected to more coaches and other leaders like myself who had a powerful message that they wanted to share, I found that I wasn't the only one who felt limited in their ability to share it and who didn't know exactly how to do it. And so that led me and not my now girlfriend, who at the time was just my business partner, to a little discovery where we said, hey, maybe if we learned marketing, if we learned what it really took to, and I mean, before I didn't even know what the hell marketing was. Now I just went through entrepreneurship school, and I started to understand business a little bit more, and running my own business. So I'm like, okay, well, I think the thing that I'm missing here is marketing. And if I understand this skill set, I can help myself and anybody that I'm around, all these coaches and speakers and leaders around me, take what they really want, share it with the world, find people who need them, and in turn, we could make the world a better place. And so that led me on my journey. I ended up starting a marketing agency with my girlfriend, Christina, who we then decided to go start this marketing agency and help these coaches and these speakers market their brand and market their business so they can attract more clients. And in doing that, we decided to go pick up and travel the world and go travel places while we ran our business, because that's what we always wanted, to be able to go and live anywhere in the world while we built our business up. And after a couple of years of doing this, it has led us to where we are now, where we consult entrepreneurs and leaders and coaches on how they could take their expertise, package it into an online program, market it online, find the people who need them, and transform the lives of their clients. And that led me to that's basically what I spend my time doing now.
Awesome.
Long story short.
I love it. No, and it's really great to just know more about you and your story as a person. So let's get into today's topic though. So we're talking all about entrepreneurs operating out of the mindset of a CEO in their business.
Yeah.
So tell us about how you see people operating not as a CEO and like why you think that's a problem.
Well, I think I'm in a really good place to talk about this topic. And it's not because I've actually solved all of these challenges. It's actually because I am becoming so aware of all the things that I'm doing that is holding me back from operating at the level that I know I can. And for me, what I had to do is actually bring on a coach to show me that I was operating under a level that was not going to allow me to build the company that I was operating, that I wanted to build. And so what these limiting things were like, spending time in the business, doing things that somebody else could do and not focusing on your zone of genius. That was one of them. And that's probably the biggest one. Another thing is thinking about really spending more time working on the business, thinking about the trajectory of your business, painting the vision, the strategy of where you're going in the business, rather than spending so much time working inside of the business. See, what happens to most entrepreneurs and myself is we get so sucked in to the baby that we created, and it ends up becoming this like prison that we've built around ourselves. And so it's interesting because we go into entrepreneurship in order to get out of the prison, right? In order to live freedom, in order to live any way we want. But then we end up building this machine that requires us to run it. So we end up being stuck in this machine, not knowing how to get out. And so what I see the biggest problem and challenge that entrepreneurs have to rise above is to go from working in the business to becoming the CEO of the business, to move from this self-imprisoned state of being stuck inside the business to creating systems, processes, strategies, and all those things in place so you could focus on your zone of genius.
Okay. And why do you think people hold themselves back from doing that in the first place? Like, why is it so hard for us to step outside of working in our business?
I think that, and at least this is from personal experience, this is what it was for me. I wasn't aware of how I was supposed to think, right? Like they don't really teach us. I mean, you can go to business school and stuff like that, but even business school, they don't really teach this. Like they don't teach you how to think like a high level CEO. No one does, unless you get a mentor or a coach that says, hey, this is the way we're supposed to do it. So we just do things intuitively the way we think we're supposed to do them. So if there are sales calls, well, yeah, I'm the CEO of the company. I should do the sales calls. If there is a meeting, well, I should be the one that goes and has the meeting. If, we think that we are the ones that have to do all these things in order for the business to run. And we forget that the purpose of building a business is that so it runs on its own, so that it becomes a machine that continues to have the impact that it has without you being there. So I really think it just is because of the lack of education that we have.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how can someone start to take the first steps towards like thinking like a CEO?
Mm. Well, an exercise that I did that I was guided by my mentor, Jimmy Jays, I think is a powerful thing for everyone. And it's basically around setting your priorities right in your business and focusing on only the things that are the most important in your business. So what you can do is you can basically write out 10 things that you are currently spending your time focusing on in your business, right? Write out all of them. And then what you want to do is you want to, based on I want to share this, but so basically you want to look at each of those things that you wrote down, and you want to ask yourself, does this directly lead to my goal over the next 90 days, right? That'll be one of the questions. Does this directly lead to my goal in the next 90 days? 2, how certain I am that doing this thing is going to lead me to success over the next 90 days. And 3, can this be done by somebody else? And if so, should it be? So the way you assess should it be is, can it be done by somebody else? And is my time more valuable doing something else than doing this thing? Mm-hmm. So a couple of those things, you can start to assess the priorities in your business. You can start to look at everything and say, okay, wait a second. Maybe doing this thing like sales calls, maybe that's actually not a priority for me. Maybe I should be outsourcing that because my time could be better spent doing something else, right? Maybe if I do something else, like have a meeting with a higher level person that a salesperson can do. Like maybe you have your sales process down completely. And so you get on the phone and you basically say the same things over and over again. Well, if you say the same things over and over again to each person you speak with, then it's probably a good idea to bring on someone else who knows what they're doing and can just follow the script that you've been having. And that way you could spend your time executing on bigger deals, partnerships, things that could lead to more revenue in the company, things that can lead to more impact, right? So you start setting yourself up with a foundation of other people and systems and processes that support you being in your genius and executing on things that'll lead to more results for the company. So that's a little exercise that you could do as a first step to assess where you're at in your business.
Okay, and you mentioned sales calls. So do you think that outsourcing sales calls is like a smart thing to do for coaching?
I think it depends on where you're at in your company. If you are in a place where, like I said, if you have leads coming into your business, and if you are recognizing that if you have leads and you have a system flow of leads, like a nurturing flow of leads in your business up to the sales call point, and you recognize that you are basically saying the same thing over and over again on these calls, then you don't have to be doing them. Like if you're not doing these high level meetings that require you as a CEO to be doing them, if that's not what's happening on these sales calls, then hell yeah, get someone else who's doing them, because that means your time can be better spent actually running your business and being a CEO rather than the employee, right? Find an awesome people, hashtag no shame, Nika's team. Find people that can support you in your zone of genius. And if that's not it, right? If you could be using your time to get better success for your company, then hell yeah, spend time doing those things. That's what I would say.
All right, got it. So awesome. I don't want to keep this too long, so I think that was nice, short and sweet. If you could leave the coaches watching with one message to take away, like what would you say?
Does it have to be relevant to what I just said?
Yeah.
It has to be. Okay, cool. I would say that one message that I would leave to coaches watching this is never forget why you got into this, right? Most of the time we got into this so we can live a certain lifestyle and make a certain impact. And far too often we get into something and what it becomes is something completely different. And we end up stuck in this position that wasn't the intention of why we got in this. So I would say, remember why. Get back to the core of what your goal here is, what your vision is here, and what you're trying to do. And make sure everything you do is aligned to that why.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. Thanks for leaving us with that message.
You're welcome.
And finally, like, where can people connect with you and your content and your
best way is on Facebook. You can connect with me just by my name. You could join my group. Are we doing like links?
Yeah.
Like, will there be links? Cool. I'll put a link to my group for anyone who wants to join and be a part of it. And also you can connect with me on social media. Facebook, LinkedIn are the best ways to connect with me personally.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on here and sharing your experience. I learned a lot. I'm sure my audience learned a lot. So really appreciate it, David.
You're welcome, Nika. Thank you for inviting me on here.